You don't have to be a designer to create a beautiful birthday invitation for your event. In this video, I will show you how to use ChatGPT to create a customized invitation, bring it into Canva to tweak it if you'd like, and publish it as an online invite to share it with your guests to collect RSVPs. It's super easy and intuitive. Just follow the steps in this video, and by the end, you will have your e-invite ready to share. By the way, this video is sponsored by CreateCards, who make it simple to publish your invitations, share it, and collect RSVPs. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's start right at the beginning. Head over to the CreateCards website at /AI/AI Invitation Maker, and that's where we will kick off the process with ChatGPT. Then I click Create Your Invitation to automatically open a new chat with ChatGPT with the prompt already set up for me. Then what I need to do is answer the questions it asks me about my event, and then it will create an invitation design for me according to the answers I gave. Alright, so the first question is, what is your event's title? So my event's title will be Mai's 30th birthday party. Alright, what is the date and time? It will be on the 30th of July 2025 at 1 p.m. Now I can choose if I want to add a place or an address for the event. If you don't want to mention it on your invitation, you can reply skip, but I will answer with the name of the place, which is the Rebello Hotel. And now I can choose what themes or design style I'd like my invitation to be. So it gives me 5 different options, and I can ask for more options if I don't like any of these, but I will answer pastel florals. Let's reply with number 4. Okay, so I can upload images to be included in the invitation. You can upload images of the venue of the event, or a photo of yourself to integrate into the invitation. So let me just paste in an image of the Rebello Hotel. I'll just paste in this nice image of the hotel's terrace and send it. Okay, and last step, I can choose if I want to add additional information or anything else to the invitation. Feel free to add whatever you want, but you can also use these examples. For example, dress code if you have one, or gift registries if you're planning to include that. You can also mention specific colors or hex codes if you have something in mind. So let me add dress code white to the invitation, and I will send. Now, after I've answered all the questions, I'm ready to generate the invitation design. I just need to reply with G, and it will start generating the invitation for me. Sometimes it will load for a few minutes until the invitation is ready, so hang tight while ChatGPT creates it for you. Okay, it looks very beautiful, and it's not even done yet. I like what I see. Alright, so this is the invitation. It's pretty cool, it looks amazing, so clean, and it really integrated the image inside the invitation, the image of the Rebello terrace with the view of the beautiful city of Porto. Alright, so now when the invitation is ready, what I need to do is copy it. Let's just copy this image. You can either copy it or download it to your computer, whatever works best for you. And then you need to upload it to this Canva template right here. Just click on the link, and then you will be transferred to the template in Canva. I'll click on Open in Editor, and then I will see it right here. I will see the instructions here in page 1, so I will just paste the invitation into page 2 of my design, and then right-click on it and select Set Image as Background so it covers the whole page. Alright, now the next thing I need to do is use the CreateCards app and export page 2 to CreateCards. This way I can publish it, share it with my guests, and start collecting RSVPs. Alright, so let's go to Apps and search for CreateCards. Then click on this app. Alright, I will accept the updated permissions and now I can sync my design into the app. I will click on it and then I will be able to choose the page type. In my case, this is a private birthday event, so I want an online invitation. So I will choose that and click on Sync to CreateCards. Then I will need to choose which page I want to sync into the app. Let me just choose page 2 and click Done. Then I'll hit Export. Alright, now I'm leaving Canva and heading over to the CreateCards website. Alright, the first thing you need to do when you arrive at the CreateCards website is to sign up and create a new account. If you don't already have an account with CreateCards, no worries, it's free. You don't need to enter a credit card or anything. Just sign up so you can start creating your invitation on the site. Of course, there are also paid plans if you want to invite a larger number of guests or unlock some advanced features. But to get started, you don't need to worry about that. You can just sign up for free and create your first event. So I've already logged into my account and let's start adding the details of my event. Now you have two options here. You can use the AI and save time with the Magic Fill feature, which reads your information and automatically fills in the right fields on the CreateCards site. Or you can of course do it manually if you prefer. Since the Magic Fill feature is new and honestly a real time saver, let me show you how it works because I really recommend using it. So let's click on it. Alright, so after I click on the Magic Fill option, it automatically pre-populates my event details and I can see a ready version of my e-invite. I see the main title, which is my birthday, then I see the beautiful invitation I created, and I see a short description it wrote about my event. It says, "You're invited to a celebration. Join us to celebrate my special day," followed by the details with nice cute emojis right here. The event name, the date, the time, where the event will be, and the dress code I added. And then a cute note, "We cannot wait to celebrate with you." Then I see the block from CreateCards that mentions the technical details about the event again. And the last option is to click on RSVP right here if a guest wants to let me know if they will come or not. Alright, so let's hit continue and go over all the details just to make sure everything is right. I can already see that it took the information correctly, but it's not always like that, so let's check. I recommend you go over and review all the details again just to make sure everything is correct. So I hit continue and then I still see a preview of my e-invite on the left. And then I need to go over these fields to check the details. So the first thing is to make sure it's toggled on that I'm going to collect RSVPs from my guests. Then I see the host name, which is my name, the event title as I wrote to ChatGPT earlier, the country this event will be in, the time zone, and then I see the type of event. It's optional, so it's not a must to change it, but let's just update it. Birthdays, that's correct. And kid's birthday, I wish, but I'm not a kid anymore, so it's just birthday. Or I can be more specific and click on the 30th. Then let's check that the start date and time are correct. So it's the 30th of July 2025 at 1 p.m. Yes, correct. And I can also add an end time to this event if I want, but for me it's not necessary. Then I can add location details. So this event will be in person, that's okay. It will be at the Rebello Hotel. I can also specify a specific address. If it's a non-US format, you can enter it right here in this field. But if you have an address from the US, you can enter it in these fields as it should be. You can also add a link to Google Maps for the venue or the place of the event. For me, I can add here the Rebello Hotel listing on Google Maps so people can just click on it and find it very easily. I can add a registry name if I have one, and a link if I want my guests to just add gifts directly to my registry. And I can also manage the guest RSVP settings so I can choose if I want to collect dietary or allergy info. I can just toggle this on if I want it to be an adult only event. This is right for my event, so I'll toggle it on. And you can choose if your guest can invite additional guests with them, and I can set the maximum number of guests allowed per invite. Let me just change it from 10 to 2, so each guest can RSVP for a maximum of 2 people per invite. Now let's move on to customize. Just a quick note, if your screen looks different, that's because CreateCards released a new version with more customization features. You will find the updated tutorial linked in the video description. So in case it's not what you see, please look for the link to the new video so you will know exactly what to do at each step. Alright, I can add meal options if I know what I'm going to serve at this event, and I can edit the event description. Actually, the AI wrote it perfectly for me, I don't need to change anything. But just so you know, you can fully edit this message, you can change it to whatever you want, and you will also see this message updated here in this block. You can also choose to toggle off this event info block if you don't want to present it in your invite. Now let's move on to style. Alright, here in style you can customize the way your invite looks. If you want it in different colors or a different style, this is where you can change all those things. You can choose a design theme if you like, just pick a preset from here, or you can style it manually. You can edit the banner text, which is this banner at the top. You can change the text if you want. Let's change it to my 30th birthday. You can also change the colors of the page. So the theme color is this pink, which is perfect in my opinion. It just took the right hex code that really matches this invitation design. You can edit the shadow color. Let me just try to pick something, maybe something like that, so I'll see this shadow better and it won't blend with the white background. You can change the text color, and you can also choose the color of the wallpaper if you want to change it. Alright, you can choose if you want other types of shadows. This is a subtle shadow. I can make it more pronounced if I want. I can barely see it actually, maybe I'll just switch it back to this one. And you can also modify the card edges, which are the edges here, and the shadows and the buttons as well. So you can really customize it however you like. You can also add a logo if it's a business event or an event for something that has a logo. You can add it right here. And if you don't want your wallpaper to be a solid color, you can also add an image as the background of your e-invite. Alright, let's move on to publish. Now I can choose if I want to change the URL of my e-invite. For me, it's just perfect, so I'll leave it as is. And when you're ready, hit publish to publish your invite. Now I can choose if I want to start sending the invitation to people or if I want to preview my e-invite. So let me just open the invite so you will see the final result. I can see the event title up here in the tab's name. Then I see the beautiful invitation I created, the info block, and also the core details of this event. Alright, now let's pretend I'm a guest who received this nice e-invite and wants to RSVP to the event. Let me show you how they will be able to do that. If I click on RSVP right here, I will get to a page where I can add an email address. This is the first step your guest will take when RSVPing. Then I'll hit next. I will add my name and I can choose if I'm going to attend the event or if I'm not. Let's mark yes. Alright, now I just make sure this is the name and last name. And also note that it added the fact that this is a child-free event as I determined earlier when I added all the details. I'll hit continue. And now I can add more guests if I'm bringing someone with me to the event. This is the step where they can add more names to their RSVP. As you remember, I determined that guests can RSVP with a maximum of 2 people per invite. So that means I can add only one more guest to this RSVP for a total of 2 people attending. I'll hit confirm. Then I see again all the details about the event. Let's hit next. I can include a note to the host if I want to. I'll hit skip. And I can choose to opt in to email updates about this event. I'll just tick the box and then I'll receive emails if the host updates the event details, so I'll stay informed if anything changes. I'll hit OK, and that's it. I can also check this box if I want to log out automatically after clicking close. It's not really necessary for me right now, but just so you know, your guests can do that. I'll hit close and then I see the e-invite again. Alright, now let's get back to the editor and let me show you what your options are if you choose to start sending the invitation. I'll hit that and then I see the last step of this process. Here's what you can do. You can republish your e-invite if you want. For example, if you want to change the URL you created or modify the text in the browser tab at the top. I can modify that if I want to. I can choose to unpublish the e-card if I don't want it to be live anymore. I can choose the default language of my e-card. If my guests don't speak English, I can choose another language. And then I can use these options to share my e-invite with my guests. I can copy the link and send it through any platform I want. I can click on share if I want to use my max share options. I can choose to include text in this share link. I can share it via email. I can also use these options here to copy my e-card image or copy the image URL if I want to put it somewhere else. And I can also scan this QR code to open it on my own phone to access more share options. This QR code is not for your guests, it's just for your own use if you want to move it to your phone quickly without emailing yourself the link. And the last option here is to manage my RSVPs. So let me just quickly add more RSVPs to this event and I'll show you the RSVP dashboard. Alright, so after you finish with your e-invite and send it to guests, now I want to show you how to see the RSVP data you get from your guests. When you're on the homepage of CreateCards logged into your account, you will see the e-invite right here. You can edit the e-invite if you want to, make some changes. You can see the send options again if you want to send it to more guests. And if you received some RSVPs and want to see the data, you can click on View RSVPs to see all the information from your guests. Alright, at the top you will see a summary of all the replies you got, how many people replied in total, how many people are attending, including those who replied with more than one person, and how many people said they won't come. Then you will see a list of the guests who replied. You will see in green the guests who said they will attend, and also the number of people attending for each invite. So this one is 2 adult Emily Johnson said she will attend with a +1. And down here you will also see guests who said they will not attend. This will be in red. You can edit this RSVP manually. For example, if a guest said they will attend, but later updated you that they won't, so you can modify it manually right here so you have the correct information in your dashboard. You can also filter and search specific guests if you need to using the search bar. You can click here to message your guests via email. They enter their email when they RSVP'd, so you can message them if you need to send some new information. You can add an RSVP manually, but you need a Pro account to do so, just so you know it's possible, but it's part of the Pro plan. You can also download all this information to a CSV file if you need to send it to your event producer, just so you know you can download all this information from this dashboard. Alright, up here you can see another type of guest list view. You can see the guests who said they will attend, and these colors are per invite. For example, Emily and Michael said they will come, but they only received one invite for Emily. And she said that Michael will come with her. So they are both in this yellow color, so you know this is a group coming together. You can also search guests here if you need to, and download the information to a CSV file. You also have an analytics tab to see the analytics of the people who replied. Again, you see this summary of how many people replied and how many people will attend your event. This is specifically a child-free event, so you won't see any kids attending, but if it's not a child-free event, you will also see how many of your guests are children and how many are adults. If you set meal preferences in your invite, you will see the answers that guests gave right here with their chosen meal options and a nice little table with analytics of their replies, when they replied and with how many people. Last thing here is the message wall. As I showed you earlier, guests can leave messages and notes while they're RSVP. So here you will see all these messages in one place. So you can go over them and see the message, who sent it to you, and whether they are attending the event or not. And that's it. Now you know exactly how to create and share a beautiful online invitation with ChatGPT, Canva, and CreateCards. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this. I'll see you in the next one.